All right, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see. No, that doesn't really help. What is going on, everybody? Let's see who we got in here so far. Let's see. Let's see. All right, all right. Hope everyone's doing well today. We're going to get a poll going in the chat for y'all. So that y'all can have something to cast your votes in. Let's see. All right. Bear with me here. I know the camera's getting a little wobbly. Or all right, we got our poll going. What's going on, Niels Han Dynasty? How are you doing today, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good with you. Kind of a spur of the moment, just live stream we decided to do here. Hope you are doing well, though. Hope all is good with you. All right. What's been your latest pickup, Niels Han? What'd you get recently? As well as life will allow. Well, I reckon that's not too bad. Nothing. What was your last pickup then? Let me ask you that. All right. So we got 2 people watching the live stream. That's all good in the neighborhood. Nothing. What was your last? Crystallized osmium. All right. All right. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig that for sure. Not too shabby. I don't know if this will be as long as our usual live streams, but we might swing like an hour or something. We'll just have to see what the turnout is, right? Also, we'll have to see if somebody else is streaming, because they always seem to be. But it's kind of hard when there's only a few hours every afternoon you can really do things. Yeah, we got Silver Picker and Couch Collectibles streaming, but neither of them are whales. At least Uncle Sal ain't stealing all my viewers right now. Give it a bit for others to roll in. Ah, I see. Okay. All right, all right. I can understand that. What do you think about palladium, though? It broke 1,000. Is it still above? No, it looks like it dipped back down below a little bit. But I'll tell you what, palladium moves on the largest swing I've ever seen in my life. It's insane. I mean, I thought platinum was a big mover, and it is when it moves, but when palladium moves, goodness gracious. It just moves like nobody's ever seen before. You know what I mean? Howdy. It's not a buy, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think so really either. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, what's going on? How are y'all doing this evening? Or I think y'all are in Central Time Zone, so it's about evening for y'all. But how are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. All right. What's going on, Shadow Work? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you are here, my friend. Wow, we got 5 people watching right now. It's not bad, not bad. Not bad there. All right, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas. Well, that's good to hear. This stacking business has been rough with the prices, even with a second job. Oh, yeah, I bet it has. I bet it has. Man, I tell you what, gold is annoying. Anybody else annoyed by gold? It won't be cheap. Make gold cheap again. Please, the powers that be, please make gold cheap again. What's going on, Shadow Work? Thank you for joining us today, Shadow Work. Thank you for being such a loyal member of the channel. I do greatly appreciate you, my friend. You are a super, super good guy. For sure. And you almost make it to every last one of my live streams. And you comment on almost all my videos too, man. You are truly a Platinum Beast loyalist. Yep, Niels Hans in here. We got Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker in here. We got lots of good people in here. Lots and lots of good people in here. Let's see. Have y'all started voting in that poll yet? Let's see. 33% say election, 33% say interest rates, and 33% say war in Ukraine. It's pretty even across the board so far. But yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. It will be interesting to see. I think it's going to be interest rates personally. But I don't really know too much. Could be an election, could be a war, could be all kinds of different things, right? Anything's possible with precious metals. Especially the ones that we rely on so heavily. Yeah. So, kind of interesting stuff to see. And it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds. That's for sure. I definitely need to get myself some more gold because I just, at this point, don't think it's going down anymore. I think it's just inevitable that it goes up. It could go down, but I mean, dang. How long can you say that for, really, right? All right. How long can one really say that for? I don't really know. But it is interesting, that's for sure. I wish I knew how to get a good picture on a live stream. I think I need a bigger tripod, honestly. Something that can go a little higher. Let's see here. Oh, we got Matthew Crustlife in the building. What's going on, Matthew Crustlife? Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad to see you here. Glad you are here. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Matthew Crustlife in the building. Where does the U.S. Mint source its platinum? Oh, yeah. That's a good question. In Georgia, I'd go outside and dig up your gold. Yeah, I could. I ain't too far north of, or north, I say. I'm not. Atlanta's not too far away from the old Dahlonega Mint that unfortunately burned down. I really was wanting, when I found out there was a mint in Dahlonega all them years ago, I was really wanting to go up there and visit it because I've been to Dahlonega many times, but I learned that it burned down a long while ago. It used to be a part of the University of North Georgia, but it actually burned down. The building it was in burned down, and it's no longer there, so it doesn't exist. But I wonder how much gold is still up in the mountains, because as y'all know, we got the Blue Ridge foothills basically at the top of Georgia. We got some good mountain views and stuff up there, and apparently there was gold because they were minting gold coins in Dahlonega a long, long time ago. So that'd be pretty cool to find some gold up there. United States Mint receives platinum blanks from authorized purchasers who then buy and sell the bullion to other retail financial institutions and wholesalers. Huh. That's interesting, Niels Hahn. Matthew Crustlife drinking the Kool-Aid. I love it. I love it. In the end, it comes from South Africa. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured most platinum come from South Africa, and I figured the U.S. wouldn't be sourcing any from Russia at this point with sanctions and whatnot. If what the government says is to be believed, which obviously, I mean, you never know. But that would make sense that it's coming from South Africa, Niels Hahn, at the end of the day. That's for sure. But yeah. Anyways, let's take another look at this poll here. Looks like, wow, a lot of people believe the election is going to have a real impact on the overall price of platinum, which is interesting, to say the least. I'm super stoked. If y'all saw one of my recent videos, I got the first year of issue of the Platinum Kookaburra for $125. That was an insane find. Absolutely insane. Super, super cool. And that makes it to where I only need the 2024, and I'm going to wait until that one goes on sale, and dealers are trying to move inventory and stuff like that. So that one might be a little while unless we find some stellar deal from somebody who bought one and then said, nah, I don't really want it, and they post it for sale dirt cheap. But super cool to have the first, the second, and the third. I plan to do the same with the koala, just slowly pick them up as they continue to release them, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Election will have no effect on platinum. So you don't think so, Niels Hahn? What about, Niels Hahn, let me ask you this. Whoever wins the election, will their policies that they implement have an effect on platinum? Maybe that'd be a better way of wording it. Or do you still say no? Because I'm kind of curious about that. And Matthew Crustlife just keeps drinking that Kool-Aid. I love it. I love it. Let's see here. A-Mark Precious Metals, El Segundo, California, American Precious Metals, ATMEX, Oklahoma City Coin. Wait a minute. So all them people send the U.S. Mint platinum to make platinum eagles? I put out a fire on my ride home today. I'm sure I look crazy in my biker gear, stomping in the grass randomly on the side of the road, parked my bike around the corner so it had to look funny. Wow, what caused that fire? Shadow Work. Was there like, somebody probably just threw a cigarette out the window and it just lit the grass or something. That must have been what it was, maybe. They are some platinum distributors. Ah, I didn't know ATMEX was a distributor of platinum. That's interesting. Goldman Sachs, BASF, and others just got fined $20 million for fixing platinum palladium price. Wow, that's crazy. I'll have to look into that. How'd they go about doing that? Did they just keep the paper number low? I know that's one way that people like to work the market in their favor. Platinum has been such a painful sold. I sold 5 Bitcoin for platinum in 2020 when Bitcoin was 5K. Hopefully platinum will outperform Bitcoin at some point. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, General Stack. because otherwise you might have been better with the Bitcoin, honestly. And I'm not even a crypto stacker. I don't have any crypto at all. Neil knows platinum. Probably helping China fix the price. Interesting. We can't find China. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I love how find China can have two different meanings. I know what you meant in your comment, but like find China and find China, you know? Maybe we should find China for find China. Huh? How about that? Oh my goodness. But yeah, interesting stuff going on. I wonder what drove Palladium today. That was interesting to see it break 1,000. I'd love for platinum to do that. I don't know if it will. People just haven't realized how rare and precious it is. Oh, I agree, General Stack. I agree. I don't really get it either. I mean, it's so like blatantly obvious. I mean, the dealers, they sell it. They post the spot price right next to gold and silver. You know, if you've been stacking for a year, you can see how it hasn't grown. I guess that just makes it to where most people are turned off by that fact. But it's like, don't buy into silver and gold because you think they're going to just go up in the short term. It's all about long term with stacking. But I guess most new people probably don't realize that. I've seen a lot of people get into stacking and then get out real quick once it slows down. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense now that I think about it. Wow, inflation is leading the poll now. That's interesting. There were no votes for inflation initially, and now inflation is what everyone thinks, which isn't such a bad thing, honestly. I think I agree to that, or to a certain extent, that inflation will have an impact on platinum because inflation affects all goods and services. Every single last one. The gas in your car, the bills in your house, the food in your refrigerator, the clothes on your back and legs and stuff. Everything inflation impacts. So it's going to impact platinum as well. It just makes sense that that would be the case. Palladium was 3K and now it's 1K, even though Russia dominates most of the palladium mining and it's now sanctioned. It's all psychological in games. Yeah, that makes sense. Plus Russia's relationship with China, who cares about the sanctions, right? China will eat up all the Russian palladium it wants and Russia will still make its money. When silver takes off, platinum will dominate silver. Yeah, I think so too, General Stack. I can agree with that statement, actually. I think that is accurate. More likely than not, we'll see that occur. For sure. Definitely, 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 for sure. All right. It's amazing how many car brands have a platinum edition and not one have a gold or silver edition. Yeah, shadow work it is, isn't it? Platinum is still used as a term as being top tier, even though it hasn't been the most expensive precious metal for a good long while. It's still been top tier level of all different categories of credit cards and automobiles and all kinds of stuff. It's interesting how that works, isn't it? How that can stick around for that long, even though it's not the way it was way back in the day. It's kind of interesting, to say the least. All right, we got 8 votes in the poll so far. We got 5 likes on the video. Be sure to do me a favor and hit that like button. Really helps me out a whole bunch. It's on the computer. It's down below. On the cell phone, you just got to hold the screen and hit the like button. I greatly appreciate all of that. So what's been your latest pickup shadow work? I know you were talking about something last time. Was it platinum? Was it a platinum eagle or a palladium? I think you were waiting on the palladium. Matter of fact, did the U.S. Mint release any information on the Palladium Eagle yet? Because I don't really know. You know? I don't know if they released any information yet on the Palladium Eagle. Let's see. U.S. Mint catalog. We can take a look, I reckon, and see. South African politics will deter the platinum price. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Let's go and take a look, see if they got the Palladium Eagle up yet. Oh, they do, September 5th. Well, they have a photo of it anyways. Let's see here. Mintage limit of 7,500, but no price yet. Dang. Available for sale in like 9 or 10 days? And they have no price? Interesting, interesting. Do they still have a pricing listing on, let's see. They still have a price on the previous years? What's their price on the previous? $1,850. All right, not too bad when Palladium's $1,000. It's like 85% premium, but it's more of a rare and collectible coin, to be honest. So that makes sense. You have just one Palladium Eagle, right? Shadow work, isn't that right? Or you got more than one? I forget. I know you've sent me your stack before. It'll be interesting to see what happens in South Africa, that's for sure. That is for sure. Let's see here. Man, this is kind of a slower stream. I got to get back to doing it at 6, not 7:55, I reckon. People cooking dinner in the Central and Mountain and West Coast or something. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Already happened. Wheels moving slow. Yeah, I tell you what, it is moving slow. I don't disagree with you on that, Niels Hahn, at all. I do not disagree with you on that. All right. Seems like platinum's the only asset that hasn't moved up. Seems like everything's up these days. It's only a matter of time for the fall, but daggum is all I got to say is daggum. All right, what's going on, Bradley Osborne? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad to see you here. Glad you could join us this evening. Has not gone up since 2013. Yeah, it's been a little while, hasn't it, Niels Hahn? It sure has. That's for sure. It has been a little while. Thanks for being here. Yep, thankful for you for being here, Bradley Osborne. Thank you for joining us. Always love seeing y'all hop in the live stream chats and stuff like that. It's always a fun time. What have you been up to, Bradley Osborne? Any cool recent pickups lately? Within 2 years, platinum will have to be its normal price. Oh, yeah. I want that too, Niels Hahn. I really, really do. Like, share, and subscribe. Yep, everybody hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. What's going on, Sean? Platinum-silver ratio is so low. Unbelievable. RSI is inverted on the chart to the price. Yeah. Yeah. It is so low, incredibly low. Too low, if you ask me. And in my honest opinion, I think platinum, I mean, dang. How long can it stay this low? I mean, imagine gold makes it 5,000 an ounce, silver sitting at 50 bucks an ounce, and platinum's at 1,000. I mean, so blatantly obvious what's going on at that point. I doubt that happens. That's just all hypothetical. But tell you what, gold's having its day, that's for sure. 2 is 1 is laughing in everyone's face right now, at least for the time being. But all that's most likely going to change at some point. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of us platinum loyalists shining one day. Even though platinum's not a very shiny metal, it's actually a very dull metal. Well, kind of dull. You can make it shiny, though. I kind of wish the Platinum Eagles still had that reverse proof kind of look to them. They made them all flat at some point, and I think that was kind of a shame. But I'm sure it lowered the cost of manufacturing, so that's probably why they did it. Just a 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle last week. Very nice, Bradley. Very nice. Excellent pickup. And you're doing pretty well with that 1/4 ounce. You're probably up at least a little bit so far. So congratulations to that. Just like palladium. Yep, Sean, just like palladium. I agree. I agree with that. We saw $3,000 palladium, and now we're looking at $1,000 palladium. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute here. Just like palladium and rhodium had its day, platinum we will as well soon. I think so too. Sean, I think so too. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, man. Oh, dang it. You know, like that meme or whatever. Matter of fact, I might make that meme into a short. That might be kind of fun. Silver and gold and platinum. I don't know if y'all even know what I'm talking about, but there's like this video going around. It's like a short video, I think, where it's like, let's go gambling. And then like, goes, oh, dang it. Yep, and us platinum stackers, especially the platinum beasts, will be ready for it. We'll be ready for platinum to take off into the sky. It's just a matter of time. You know what's funny is, way back in the day, silver stackers were the ones that everyone's like, no, silver's not going anywhere. It's never going to break $20 an ounce. And look at them now, right? So many haters, so many disbelievers, and now so many jealous people. So platinum will have its time. I know it will. Just like every precious metal has its time. Just like platinum had its time a while back. It used to be double gold, and now it's not. But it will be again. It's just a matter of time. Where do you get your 1/10 ounce kooks? I don't see any on SD, but APMEX has a good deal, I think. Well, powerful you, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Glad you could join us today. Where do I get the kooks? Well, I get the kooks from eBay, right? Believe it or not, I get them from Liberty Coin on eBay. I use a credit card. I get a little bit of cash back. I pay it off in full at the statement date or whatever, and I don't pay any interest or anything like that. I just soak in that cash back reward, and I get 1/10 ounces for pretty reasonable pricing. Currently, at the moment, I believe the cheapest kookaburra is from APMEX at 2024. That's about the best deal you're going to find right now. However, for some reason, Liberty Coin keeps taking theirs down and putting it back up. I don't know what's going on with them lately. They're having issues. But typically Liberty Coin has the 2024 available as well. So I'm sure that'll pop back up at some point. RJ Bullion right now on eBay has the 2023, last year's coin, for a few cents more than APMEX. And they've got the koala and stuff like that. The further back date kookaburras, though, like these two right here, the 2022 and the 2021, these are much harder to come by. You're not really going to find these for a reasonable price right now. I think APMEX might have the 2022 still in stock for below 150, which isn't bad, but it's not nearly as good as the 2023 and 24 can be had for right now. But I love picking stuff up on eBay because minimum shipping is nothing, right? It's free shipping on everything. You can get cash back with a credit card, not having to worry about paying more than a check. And it works for my budgeting and my needs, right? Everyone's different. Everyone looks at money different, but a few cents here, a few cents there, it doesn't really add up to all that much over the long haul, in my opinion, but that's just how I do it. Takes 5 years to open a mine. Do the math. Yeah, exactly. And they're closing mines, Niels Hahn. They're closing them. They're not opening them right now. They're closing them. So when they need them to open back up, it's going to take a minute. And when that happens, platinum's going to go through the roof. Let me see this deal y'all are talking about over on APMEX, because their eBay page could be a little different. So I'm going to go look at the APMEX deals. Well, the 125th ounce Philharmonic's not a bad deal. It's on sale right now for fairly reasonable price. I wonder if they have an eBay listing, because that's actually a really good deal. 125th platinum Philharmonic. Let's see. Well, APMEX is $62.95 on eBay. Let's see. Calculator. Let's do some math on the cash back and all that good stuff. So I could probably get that coin down to 61 and 7 cents. That's not too bad. APMEX has it right now at 59.19 if you buy a tube, 61.19 if you buy just the coin. Let's see here. Calculator, 61, yeah. Okay, so 61, yeah. So, reasonable deal, realistically. But spot price is up right now, so take that as you will. How long would that deal last? I don't really know. But that's a pretty solid deal. And then 120 or 1/10 ounce. Yeah, the Kookaburra below, well, 132.98. That's not too bad. 137.98. That is kind of bad on the Britannia. You and Salabate Metal got me super interested in platinum, even to get my first piece. Oh, well, yeah, definitely get yourself a piece, Powerful You. You definitely want to get some. I think it, realistically, it should have a place in every stacker's stack, if that makes sense. I think it's just smart. I think it's just a good idea to do. So, yeah, it should have a place in every stacker's stack, no matter what you stack or what have you. It definitely should have that place. So definitely consider getting yourself some if you don't have any yet. Does any platinum dealer sell like 5 gram or 10 gram bars? They do, Bradley, they do. Last I checked, let me check for you real quick. Last I checked, Liberty Coin on eBay had the best premiums on those fractional bars. Let's take a look, see here. Yeah, 5 gram bar right now. Well, there's a, what were you were asking me? Yeah, 5 gram bar is over on Liberty at $189.35. That's not too bad of a premium at all. 10 gram bar, your lowest premium is gonna be the Valcambi over on eBay for 15% premium. That's not bad at all. 357.16 from Liberty Coin. So Liberty's got some decent bars on some, or decent prices on some fractional bars, if that's what y'all are interested in, for sure. So definitely go check them out. If you want gold, wait, trade 1 ounce of platinum for 2 ounces of gold. Oh yeah, that would be my plan if it were ever to flip the script. I probably wouldn't trade all my platinum, but there'd be definitely some trading going on, especially all my duplicates and stuff. For those of y'all that are loyal followers, y'all already know this, but I buy a lot of duplicates, right? These are all 2023 kookaburras and koalas and stuff. So yeah, I've got a lot of duplicate coins. I'd probably keep one of each, like of the kookaburras and koalas and stuff, but I'd trade them duplicates overnight. If platinum ever doubled gold again, that would be the smartest move, I think. Liberty, nice, 357.16. Yep, Bradley, 357.16 for a 10 gram bar is not bad at all. It's like a 15% premium and pretty solid deal for sure. All right, let's take another look at the poll here. We'll probably make this stream a 1 hour live stream. We've been going for about 37 minutes here, but if you could do me a favor, just hit that like button on the computer. It's down below. On the cell phone, all you got to do is hold your finger on the screen or hit the three dots in the right hand corner, and you should be able to hit the like button and help me out a whole bunch. But yeah, we'll keep this stream rocking and rolling for another 23 roughly minutes, making a nice hour-long stream. It'll happen soon. Soon equals 2-ish years. Yep, I think so too, Niels Hahn. I really, really do. I really think so too. Well, Platinum Beast, what is the better way to buy in platinum, coins or bars? I'm not opposed to either. I think both of them can be smart. Like I mentioned with them deals from Liberty Coin. Now, I don't stack bars too much. I kind of wish I did, and I might in the future start stacking them as long as Liberty keeps popping them deals up. But I really like the coins for the aspect of, especially the Perth Mint, changing the design each year, as you can see over here. They become a little bit more collectible than bars. Bars will always have a base market, whereas coins can get into the numismatic side of things. I like to buy them over the years, so you know, I get them when they first come out, and then if I ever wanted to resale in the future, I would resale and try to turn a little bit of a profit. And you're just going to be better off with coins in that aspect. But bars are not bad, and any platinum is good. And I have bars, as you can see here, palladium bar, platinum bar, and I intend on buying, you know, the 5, 10 gram. I also have a 1 ounce bar from Pamp Suisse. It's like Year of the Rabbit, I think. It's not here with me, but I do have platinum bars. It's just I prefer coins personally. Platinum Beast, why are you never on my live streams? Uncle Sal shows up every now and then. I don't really know, Niels Hahn. I reckon I just am not getting the notifications. Let me make sure I've got notifications set up on your channel. I think I do, but the weird thing about it is, I get like video notifications. Let me see. Yeah, all notifications are on. I don't know why. Let me see. Live Sunday, 4 days ago, 7 days ago. Man, I need to get on some of them. Because, I mean, it's not like I'm purposely avoiding them or anything or just ignore them. I don't know. I reckon the only time I'm on YouTube really is when I'm just chilling or something. I live kind of a busy life, so to speak. I try to keep up with people. I do hop on Uncle Sal's though, so I reckon I have been known to hop in live streams, but I'll have to get on one of yours sometime, Niels Hahn. I apologize about that, my friend, because you're always on mine, but I'm like never on yours. So I need to do that. I'll try better. I'll try to do better. How about that? Sometimes I'll order the 2 to 3/4 ounce online and trade them in for a 1 ounce at my LCS. I don't trust the mail when it's over 1,000. Yeah, it gets sketchy. It gets pretty sketchy, shadow work. When you have something coming in the mail and it's over $1,000, it's like, my mailbox is sitting outside. It's like, do I really want $1,000 sitting in the mailbox until I get home that day or whatever? But so far I haven't had anybody try to take anything from my house. But you never know. I mean, I live in a very, very nice side of town. I don't really fall into this tax bracket, but I live in probably the second highest income area in Atlanta. So, yeah. And my neighborhood's fairly safe and fairly patrolled and fairly secure. But, you know, you never know. Anything's possible. I do panels. You can come up and chat. Yeah, I'll have to do that, Niels Han. I'll have to do that. Got you. So you're thinking of the collector side of it with a little extra value. Thanks. Yep, Bradley Odin. That's my logic. That's my kind of thinking. So like take, for instance, the 2023 Kookaburra and especially the 2024, which I don't have yet. That's the very, very low price right now. But when you take a look at the older dates, like the 2021 here and the 2022, I could realistically sell them for a higher premium just because they're not available really so much right now. I think APMEX has some of the 2022s, but essentially nobody has the 2021 right now. In fact, if you want it, I'm sure I could find the lowest price listing on eBay. Now, listing isn't exactly sold, but if that's something you want right now, you're gonna have to pay whatever someone has it. So right now, the lowest 2021 is $156.79 on eBay. So if you want that 2021, you're gonna be paying $25, $30 more than you would the current year. And yeah, so that's my logic with that. Whereas the bars, there are no current year, past year, future year bars. They're just bars, right? So they don't have the collector aspect tied to it. But another thing in bars favors is you don't have to worry about, you know, waiting for the right buyer. And I reckon you don't with the coins either, but you're going to miss out on potential premium by not waiting. Whereas bars, it doesn't matter, right? So if you're one of those types that doesn't like waiting around or think you might have to sell on a dime, you might be better off with bars. I just try my best to get coins as much as I can. I've gotten lucky in most of the packages I've stolen. Matthew, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. There he is. There's Zach Johnson. What's going on, Zach Johnson? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us this evening. Glad to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Thank both you and Shadowwork for being loyal Gold Beast members of the channel, as well as being loyal moderators of the channel. I appreciate all the work y'all put in and all the donations y'all do with your memberships and sometimes super chats and stuff like that. Y'all are big contributors, and I can't thank y'all enough. Premium tag is pretty heavy on them Eagles. Yeah, them Eagles ain't no joke. As you can see here, I've got some that I've accumulated over the years, but not a whole bunch. It's hard to justify in my mind. I'm not quite as good as Shadowwork, where all he has is Eagles, and he's got a whole boatload of them that unfortunately sank out on the lake. But you know, he'll probably stack them again at some point. Eagle premiums are wild, but that's all I stack. Yep, that's right, Shadowwork. Just takes a little longer to save up for. The Palladium Eagle premium was hard to swallow. Oh, I bet, Shadowwork, I bet. Yeah. But when you look at the price of Palladium 3 or 4 years ago, just focus on that. That's what you got to do when buying a Palladium Eagle. Just focus on that $3,000 Palladium and say, we'll get there again. So let's not worry about it in the short term. All right, what's going on, Trolls? What's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us today. You should get some exotic elements as well as beryllium, bismuth, and gallium. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool to have in the stack. That's for sure. I think that'd be pretty cool to have and showcase for y'all. All right, let's take another look at this poll. It looks like inflation is winning at 50%. Half of y'all think inflation is going to be the biggest thing for platinum. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Well, y'all will probably disagree with my next video coming out tomorrow, but it's whatever. I'm leaving it up. So y'all can see that tomorrow. People like Zach Johnson and Shadowwork, they get it a little earlier, so they already know what it's going to be talking about, but nonetheless, should be a fun one, should be an interesting one, and I hope y'all tune in. But it looks like the Fed cutting interest rates is a big one as well. So that's interesting. A fair amount of people think that could impact platinum. Not a lot of people think war in Ukraine, and I can kind of agree with that a little bit. I think that war is more of a media thing than really impacting too much. I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong; they shouldn't be fighting, but yeah, it doesn't look like most people think that's going to impact stuff. And that war's been going on for long enough now that I think whatever it was initially going to impact, it already did, and I don't know how much future influence it'll really have. And then we got the election coming up, and some people believe that could impact platinum, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. There's definitely two people running and two people with completely different policies and philosophies and ideas of how to do things, so it could possibly impact platinum one way or another. We'll just have to wait and see. Or perhaps both of them do, and one more than the other. You never know. It could be not necessarily a one-sided thing with the election. It could be that both sides, no matter who wins, would have an impact. But yeah, why shadow work? Why eagles only? Use the same principle on them as you would gold eagles. Don't take your eagles out on a jet ski. Yep, shadow work. That's exactly right. I think shadow work just is a true red, white, and blue blooded American. That's why he stacks nothing but eagles. Honestly, I kind of wish I went that route, but I wouldn't have as much platinum, but I definitely would have a very, very cool stack. And realistically, eagles are collectible, Bradley. They're very collectible. You'll never sell them for a spot or anything. If you do, you're just being goofy. Because the market for eagles, whether fractional or even 1 ounce, are always going to be higher than everything else. So when you go to sell, you have to keep that mindset. Even if you go to like an LCS or something, and you say, hey, I got these eagles, what can you give me? And they offer you a price, say, I know you're going to sell these for more than anything else in your case. So let's work out a deal, but let's come up a little bit on that price. And you have a little bit of negotiating power when you have eagles that you're bringing in LCS. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Kind of crazy Ukraine just invaded Russia, though. Nothing ever ends well for those who invade Mother Russia. Yeah, that's true. That is kind of interesting how that did happen. We'll have to see what the fallout of that is, but that is interesting. It's kind of wild, if I'm being honest, especially given what Ukraine is. No offense to Ukraine or the people of Ukraine, but they ain't no world leader. So it's kind of interesting. I got a lot of gallium, mercury, bismuth, and even a little cesium and osmium, not crystallized yet. Oh man, you'll have to send it over to Niels Hahn to get it crystallized up. Alrighty. Well, we've been going for just about 50 minutes here. We'll probably keep it rocking and rolling for another 10. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining the live stream today. I hope everyone's doing well out there and is stacking it big and stacking it high. I can dig that. I like eagles as well. Not much platinum where I stay at the LCS is my issue here. It's tough to find. Yeah, it's tough, Bradley. A lot of LCSs, for whatever reason, they don't really like to deal in platinum. Because they like to move stuff on a quicker pace. You know, online dealers, it's obviously going to be a bigger thing for them because they're reaching out to a worldwide market, whereas, you know, your LCS is just your local folks. And most people these days don't stack, and they definitely even less stack platinum. So from a business standpoint, I can understand why an LCS would be that way. But realistically, LCSs should kind of try at least and branch out to online markets, especially with what's available through Amazon and eBay and Shopify and all these different areas. It's definitely possible to sell your stuff online. So if an LCS got like a Platinum Eagle in, they shouldn't offer spot because they're going to send it off to the refinery. Instead, they should offer you a reasonable price. And if it doesn't sell in their shop, they can always list it online. It's always a possibility. But some LCSs are run by older folks who don't like the internet as much. So that part is also understandable, I reckon. But it's interesting. It definitely is. Definitely is interesting. Platinum is your favorite, though. Yep, Shadowwork, I know. You got a lot of Platinum Eagles, man. You got an amazing stack. Probably the coolest Platinum Eagle stack I've ever seen. Maybe that anyone has, really. Although I'm sure there's some whale out there with tubes and tubes of Platinum Eagles. Just sitting on them and waiting. It would have been wild to get Platinum Eagles and tubes back when they first came out in the late 90s. I'm sure they were dirt cheap, essentially. Trusting the mail is awful. Oh, yeah, it is. It definitely is, Bradley. Trusting the mail is awful. And realistically, well, I'll say this. The postal workers, they're all hard workers. They do make mistakes, and that's unfortunate, and that's something you got to watch out for. But really, trust in just your average Joe driving down the block. If somebody knows you're getting mail on a regular basis and it's like heavy stuff, it's like, they might try to take advantage. So, yeah, porch pirates. Yep. You gotta watch. That's who you really got to watch out for. If you don't live in a good area, it's definitely beneficial to get that P.O. box. Because that way the mail just stays at the USPS. And then if someone steals it, it's easier to figure out who, because them places are monitored and stuff like that. Not impossible, probably, but less likely for sure. That is for sure. All right. So I think this has been a good live stream so far. Good thinking on the P.O. box. Yep, a lot of people like P.O. boxes. They're useful. They very much are. Because that way, you're not going to... The only person who has access to it is you and the Postal Service. So you eliminate the ability for porch pirates to get your stuff. Fortunately. What's also kind of interesting is, I don't know if y'all have it where y'all are at, but Amazon has really been doing big things with these lockers. It's mostly for Amazon purchases, but where I used to live in an apartment building, we had an Amazon locker that was used for all mail. So the Postal Service would put stuff in there, UPS would put stuff in there, even if it wasn't an Amazon package. So if they could really branch out and expand that service, that could be decent, because a lot of businesses allow Amazon to come and rent a little bit of space on their business for the lockers, because it brings in customers. And that could be an interesting thing that we could see in the future to help prevent pirates. Who knew pirates would go from working on the water to working on land and just jacking people's front porch packages? I'm not kicking myself for not stacking back when I was given my first piece of silver in 1996. Wow. Oh, you are kicking yourself. Yeah, same here, Shadowwork, same here. My first piece of silver was back in the early 90s as well, and I didn't stack until, I didn't stack seriously until probably 2019, probably, which is really unfortunate because I missed out on a lot, but it's all right. Better late than never, I say. All right, we've been going for about 55 minutes here. We'll probably wrap it up in another 5 minutes or so. But it's been a good live stream, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining me and hanging out and having a good old time here. Tomorrow, I'm going to get a little bottle of gallium. It's unique because it melts at room temperature. Interesting. So it's a solid, and when you hold it, it turns into a liquid. Real cool metal. Interesting. That is pretty cool. Yeah, better never late. Yeah, Nielsen, I agree. How old were you when you started stacking, Niels? I'm kind of curious. I don't think you've ever told me. How old were you when you started stacking precious metals? Were you a kid? Were you an adult? Were you an older adult, I guess? When did you start stacking? Platinum Beast always draws the best crowd. Well, thank you, Shadowwork. Thank you for saying that. I do appreciate that very much so. 1453 or so. Yeah. Before Christopher Columbus even sailed the ocean blue, Niels Hahn was out there stacking precious metals. You probably, man, no, I won't go there. But you were stacking them old Babylonian coins, right? Lock on the P.O. box is only on the public side, unfortunately. In my city, it's the postal workers I have to worry about. Yeah, that is true. Postal workers, you'd like to think most of them are trustworthy, and most of them probably are, but there's probably some that aren't, and that's unfortunate, and they ruin it for the rest, really. 3 year for real. Yeah, right? Niels Hahn? That's pretty funny. I am not a stacker. Yep. You're not a stacker. You're a Pokemon card collector, right? Isn't that what you do? You buy and sell. Ah, okay. So you're an LCS. You're a dealer. A legitimate dealer, that is. Not a illegitimate dealer. I am my own bank, and yes. Well, that's a good way of looking at it and thinking about it. That's for sure. No. You're not a dealer. All right. Just a bank. Just a bank. Just your own bank, right? Not anyone else's. I can't make a deposit at the bank of Niels Hahn. Same here. Neil started stacking after I sold my shares a few months after inauguration in 2021. Wow. Wow, so I've been stacking less time than some of y'all. Of course, I had that big issue happen a few years back, but that's pretty incredible stack to accumulate over just a few years, Shadow Work. That's for sure. I'm accepting deposits, just not withdrawals. That's funny, Niels Hahn. That is funny. Thank you for hitting the heart, whoever that was. I appreciate that. Really means a lot to me that y'all are enjoying the stream. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here in about a minute and a half. We got about a minute and a half left. Go ahead and hit that like button on your way out so we can get as many likes as possible on this video. Hopefully some people will hop on after it's finished live streaming and watch it again. But thank you to all of y'all for being loyal followers of the channel. And thank y'all for always hopping in the live streams and hanging out with me on the most random of times and days sometimes. I greatly appreciate that very much. Each and every one of y'all. Started in 2020, swept up by a silver squeeze, Wall Street silver. Well, Zach Johnson, you're not alone in that. A lot of people got swept up into that and learned more about precious metals and where they should really be putting their money, because the US dollar was going straight in the toilet then, and it's been going in the toilet ever since. So, yeah. I'm a protester. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, y'all. I reckon we'll get ready to wrap it up here. It's been a trip seeing that subreddit explode. Oh yeah, it's been crazy. That one and Wall Street Bets and all the Wall Street subs. Wall Street Platinum. Who knows? Maybe one day there'll be Wall Street Copper. Wall Street Nickel. Wall Street Aluminum. He was going to interview me a few years ago. 2, not 3. Huh. That's interesting. Interesting stuff. All right, y'all. We just passed the 1 hour mark, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But once again, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could do me a favor on your way out and just hit that like button. Once again, it's at the bottom of the screen on the computer and on the cell phone. All you got to do is hold the screen with your finger and hit the like button, or you can hit the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. And with all that being said, be sure to stay up to date on my channel. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification button so that y'all can stay up to date with all the videos and live streams and shorts and everything I put out. I have some good content planned coming up, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. And with all that being said, until next time, we'll see y'all.